Welcome back to the Second to None podcast, your source for the latest news in San Antonio, across Texas, and beyond. Each week, we bring you the stories that matter most to our community. Let's get into this week's roundup, where real conversations happen, no voice is silenced, and we lean into complexity. Before we begin, do me a favor. Hit subscribe. Whether you're listening on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube, your subscription helps us bring more stories, more balance, more truth. Our top story this week: AT&T has announced it will be leaving its downtown San Antonio office building at 1010 North St. Mary's. The company will relocate part of its operation to a newly renovated site in Westover Hills. This move raises concerns about the future of downtown office space, which has already seen higher vacancy rates in recent years. For the city, the question now becomes how to keep downtown vibrant while major employers pull away. In other local news, CPS Energy has closed a $1.3 billion deal to acquire 4 natural gas power plants in southeast Texas. This purchase is designed to strengthen the power grid and improve reliability for San Antonio residents. While city officials are calling this a step toward energy security, critics are asking how much customers will eventually pay on their bills. San Antonio's historic Gunter Hotel has reopened after a $57 million renovation. The updated hotel now offers fewer rooms, more luxury, and new amenities, including a recording studio honoring blues legend Robert Johnson. The project is being hailed as part of downtown's ongoing transformation. Also downtown, Villita Assembly Hall is being redeveloped into a chef-driven food hall that will feature cultural programming and new dining experiences on the Riverwalk. Supporters say it will breathe new life into one of San Antonio's most historic sites. San Antonio Zoo has also made headlines, announcing the return of gorillas for the first time in 30 years. The new Congo Falls habitat will feature the largest gorilla tower in the world, marking a major investment in the city's cultural attractions. Now for this week's Cultural Spotlight. This week, we're recognizing the legacy of San Antonio's East Side, one of the city's most historic African-American communities. Known for its deep roots in music, culture, and civil rights, the East Side has long been a center of Black excellence in Texas. From the annual Martin Luther King Jr. March, one of the largest in the nation, to the contributions of Black-owned businesses and churches, this community continues to shape the cultural identity of the city. Highlighting these stories each week ensures that diverse voices and histories are part of our conversations. Turning to statewide news, the Texas legislature has approved House Bill 4230, which will create the Texas Bicentennial Trail. This ambitious project will eventually link the Alamo in San Antonio with the state capitol in Austin, spanning about 100 miles. The trail is being celebrated as a way to honor Texas history while promoting recreation and tourism. Energy policy is also a major story at the state level. NRG Energy has been approved for nearly $800 million in state-backed loans to build or upgrade natural gas plants. Meanwhile, Vistra announced plans to build 2 new power units in the Permian Basin. Supporters say these projects are necessary for Texas's growing electricity demand, while critics warn about environmental impacts and corporate subsidies. Now, let's talk about a bill that has been the subject of confusion across Texas. Many people believe that a bill banning hemp-derived THC products already became law. That is not the case. Senate Bill 3, which would have outlawed consumable hemp products containing THC, such as Delta-8, edibles, and vapes, was passed by lawmakers but vetoed by Governor Abbott. The governor explained that the bill had constitutional flaws and would likely face lengthy court battles. After the veto, lawmakers introduced a new proposal, Senate Bill 5, which passed the Senate and once again seeks to ban these products. Opponents argue that the new bill is almost identical to the old one because it bans any detectable amount of THC. The debate now centers on whether Texas should pursue regulation and age limits or a complete prohibition. The key point for listeners is this: the THC ban has not passed into law. Finally, in Texas politics, Democrats are voicing strong opposition to mid-decade redistricting efforts. Lawsuits are expected, and the courts will soon decide whether the newly approved congressional maps can be used in the 2026 elections. The outcome could have major consequences for the balance of power in the state. That's your San Antonian Weekly Roundup on the Second to None podcast. Which stories stood out to you the most this week? Share your thoughts and keep the conversation going. Be sure to follow and subscribe so you don't miss next week's Roundup. This has been the Second to None podcast, where real conversations happen, no voice is silenced, and we lean into complexity. Before we end, do me a favor, hit subscribe. Whether you're listening on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube, your subscription helps us bring more stories, more balance, more truth.